And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about how I critique my own work. And I think some of the suggestions might work for you too. One of the things I've noticed lately is everyone is posting their paintings on social media and asking you if the painting is done, or what more should they do to it, or can you give me a title? I just roll my eyes and say, those poor people, why did you start it in the first place? You know more about your painting than anybody else does, okay? So take responsibility and make it your painting, okay? And so what I do is, number one, I write down the title first. That always surprises people. That's how I find out if the painting is finished, when it matches the title. All right, not just the other way around. So I title the piece first. That way I have a focus on where I want the painting to go and what colors to use, what's the composition, all those wonderful things. So when I look at my work, I had to put myself through the whole list of how would I look at it for the first time and what's the impression I would see. So I take responsibility. I think you should too. So don't let social media make all these decisions, all right? And I'm gonna get started on how I look at one of my pieces. So I jury an awful lot of shows, and I critique them, and I use a very specific method to looking at every one of those paintings, and I use the same method when I critique my own work before it leaves the studio. Okay, I have a list. Get it up on the wall, first of all. Get it away from the place that you created it. So get it up on the wall, take a long, hard look on it. And the first thing I say to myself, did it stop and surprise me? Or is it the mediocre kind of a painting that everyone has seen 1,000 times? So did it stop and surprise me? And then after it did it hold my attention? And did I do my best work? Was it a strong presentation, original point of view, or original viewpoint? Did I paint with passion? It's one of the things I happen to like to do about painting is the passion part. I love it so much. Is it a clear message, or am I confused? And I don't even have a title yet, right? That's why I give mine a title first. So I compare all those things with the title. Is it getting close to the message that I'm trying to get across? Alrighty. And was it a well-developed idea? Well, I never really know if it was well-developed, but most importantly, did it have the wow factor? When the painting is done, it will say to me, wow, you're done, because it matches the title and the criteria that I was doing for this painting. So let me show you one of the ones how I can make a correction. So here's a small warm-up, and let's take a look at it and see what's right. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, what's right is I like the colors. I like the fact that it's right in the middle. It can be wrong, but it's right in the middle. What's wrong with it is the bouquet, number one, is showing all four corners. I've never seen a bouquet with a perfectly rectangular square. Also, I do like the vase. I like the table coming through the vase like that to give that illusion of glass. But the problem is this thing would fall over. Needs a wider base. So I would look at it. Also, the back edge of the table is too much in focus. So I'm going to give it a wider base so it doesn't look like it's going to fall over. This wants to be my focal point, and it was, but not right now. I have too much competition. So I'm going to change the color with that too a little bit. And I'm just going to come back in and use the primaries. These are the Holbein primary acrylics. There's your red, your yellow, your blue, and I can't help it, folks. You know I love that opera, that fluorescent opera. Plenty of dollops of white here in case I need it, and a little bit of black. So here we go. Big bucket of water. First thing I want to do is correct the base. this base, it might look cool, but the whole thing would fall over. I'm not trying to paint photorealism here either. But here we go. So it'll be more like this. Come down and like that. A wider base. Give it a little bit of color in here. There we go. Now that doesn't look like it's going to fall over so much. And a little bit of white in here to show the bottom of that glass, right? And we're going to give this radius, not a straight across, but a slight radius. That's the top of the water. Too white. The old paper towel trick. There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay. And so we sparked it up a little bit there. While I have white on my brush, I'm going to go back in there, highlight the bottom of the glass, maybe give it a little bit of a front of the glass reflection. Now, let's get started on these little guys. Well, let's go back in here and not make it look so square. So I'm going to come in, and this is the focal point color. This is the real reason for this paint. Wow, you can't miss that. Whoa, can't miss that. And little, just some red, put it over here so it's not so isolated. Just a few little surprises, not a whole lot. Come back into here. Nice flower just drooping over a little bit like that. All right, now the blue, let's get some blue in here. Wet my brush, always wet the brush first. This is a Holbein acrylic paint. It's very, very heavy body. I'm going to add some life to this whole thing. It's looking pretty dead there. Pick up some more hot pink in my blue brush here. Oh, nice. Not a whole lot. I don't want to take away from this. All right. And maybe some yellow. I'm going to really loosen up and use my finger here. There's your primaries. Red, yellow, blue. It's coming to life. Add some of this yellow right into the flowers even. Whoa. Boy, now you're really not going to miss it. So it just came to life. I'm going to get that center off of dead center. There we go. Much better. And since I have that black on my finger, may as well put it in here. I always like when people ask me, what size brush did you use? Number 2? Okay, there you go. Give it more contrast. More contrast. Much better. So it doesn't look so much square-ish. All the emphasis is there. I have to soften this back edge with some water. There we go. Soften it. Really soften it. And back here, soften it. More out of focus. That's the whole idea here. To make this more out of focus. That way the vase will come forward. We're not trying to make it realism, but more believable. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. More believable. And some more yellow right in here. And I think I'm finished for this demo. That's how I look at my work. Trying to make it more believable, but mostly unbelievable. All right. I hope you had a good time watching me change this and critiquing my own work. And go down that list, all right, of critiquing your own work. Did it stop and surprise me? And does it have that wow factor? Wow. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Thanks for watching. Hi there, I'm Bob Burrage, a painter. And guess what? I'm going to be painting and teaching at the Dillmans, a 4-day loosen up. Don't we all want to loosen up? And I'm going to show you how I develop my own ideas, how I get my colors down, and how I take these ideas and turn them into great paintings that I love to do. And you're going to love doing your paintings too, because you're going to be painting the whole time. We cover every different subject, and whatever your ideas are, I'm going to be supporting you. So loosen up, 4 days. What an idea, huh? And I can't wait. At the Dillmans, I'll see you there at the Loosen Up workshop.